I hate being fat. I hate it so much. I don't think I can convey how much it has impacted my life these past 2 decades. I am embarrassed to be seen, and I don't go out much. I was embarrassed to be in photos with my kids, and so there aren't many, which of course now I regret. I love the beach and ocean, but I don't want to be seen in swimwear. So, even though I lived not far from the beach for many years, I didn't go. I know. I can hear people saying just eat less and get off your fat, lazy butt. I've been told that, and I used to think that too, when I was younger and was naturally very thin. I believed that you could diet and exercise your way to losing weight. I found out differently. I mean, if diet and exercise worked, there would be a lot less fat people, wouldn't there? I didn't let myself go. It just went. I stacked on about 70 pounds, or 30 kilos, in what seemed like almost overnight. It was so freaking scary, and I wasn't eating any differently. In fact, I ate really healthily, and have done most of my life. I had become interested in nutrition and health as a teenager, and I was still breastfeeding. What was going on? I couldn't understand it. I went to the doctor, and he just said, "You gain weight as you get older." That much in a short amount of time? Really? It went on quicker than pregnancy weight. He didn't even bother to test me for anything. So that was that. I had already been pretty disillusioned with doctors, so I didn't go back for a long time. I went to my naturopath, and she took one look at me and said, "It's your thyroid. I can tell by the way your face is all puffed up." She gave me super gross Chinese herbs to take. I can't remember how many times I went back to her, but it didn't work. Nothing I did over the years helped. I had tests a few times for my thyroid, but they always were normal. Evidently, it is common to have thyroid issues, but for it not show up on standard tests. My last doctor tried to get them to do more extensive tests on the thyroid to see what was really going on. But even though she ordered them, the lab wouldn't do the tests because the main test was in the normal range. I had eating disorders as a teenager, and for many years after I felt guilty eating, and I still deprived myself of food I enjoyed. I ate low or no fat for a long time. It didn't help. I can still hear Susan Powder screaming at us, but she was wrong. It is not fat that makes you fat. Then I tried eating more meat for the blood group diet. Nope. Years later, I discovered HCG that worked, sort of. It was the only time weight had fallen off. It was wonderful. I felt like me again. I was so happy. But HCG is brutal. You eat 800 calories a day, basically 0.2 pounds or 100 grams of meat, and no calorie vegetables. The highlight of my day was when I got to eat an apple in the afternoon. It was horrible. I was so hungry all the time, but the fat was falling off. Yay! The trouble was when I finished after the 6 weeks and did what they said to lock in the weight level, it didn't work. So I did it again, and again, and again. For 2 years, I starved myself in order to get and remain thin. You are not supposed to be on the diet anywhere near that long, but I hadn't wanted to stop. I kept trying to get the weight to lock in, but as soon as I stopped, the weight would go up. Finally, I couldn't keep starving myself, so after 2 years, I stopped. I had just started a new job, and I very rapidly gained weight. It was so humiliating. Of course I had to be working in the bakery, didn't I? I was the only one of the workers there who didn't snack on the goodies. But naturally, people assumed that I did. I even got asked when I was due, and because I couldn't understand the guy's accent, he had to repeat it about 8 times before I realized. Yeah, that was fun. Years later, I read about how doing HCG wrecks your metabolism. Since then, I have continued to eat super healthily. I don't overeat. I'm not an emotional eater, and I don't have snacks in the house. So for me, it has never been about how much I ate. I used to exercise a lot, and that made no difference either. I did tone up, which was great, but I was still fat. Nicely toned under the layers of fat. People assume all kinds of things when you're fat. That you're lazy, you eat junk all day, and that you don't care about yourself. And you're invisible. I've been ignored in stores and treated differently because of my size. It's painful. I've done intermittent fasting for 5 years now. I did extended fasting, 20 hours a day, 22 hours a day, 1 meal a day, and even longer fasts for 3 or 4 days. Keto was a huge change for me. I hadn't eaten red meat for years. I had even been vegetarian for a long time. so that was a struggle at first. But it was amazing to eat butter again. And cream! How delicious is cream? Eating the meat and fats definitely helped with the fasting, as they keep you full. Eating any carbs would make you feel hungry much, much sooner. So I remained very, very low carb, only eating some berries with cream. Slowly, very slowly, over a year a bit of weight came off. Yay! But we need carbs. Our brains need carbs. Once I ate carbs again, mostly fruit and vegetables, not grains. Boom! What little I had lost stacked back on, and more. Finally, I figured that I just had to give up and embrace the Flab. What more could I do? Yes, I had recently heard of that drug people were taking, but I looked into it and was not happy with all the side effects. No thank you. Besides, I have never liked drugs. So yeah, I finally gave up. I will just wear baggy clothes forever and hide away so people don't see me. I can do that. I've already done it for years. I figured, well, I've had the grandma body for a long time now. Time to just accept it. But can you believe it? Not long after that, I saw pictures my friends were sharing of them losing weight. Friends who, like me, had struggled for years with their weight. And suddenly, they were just dropping inches easily. What the heck? What on earth are they doing? How is this possible? They looked great. And they said that they were feeling amazing also. What is it? I want it! Take my money! Take it now! Turns out, they have been taking a new natural product, actually clinically proven to significantly reduce fat. I would never have believed that it worked if I hadn't seen my friends' results with my own eyes. So yeah, now I have hope. I have so much hope that finally, I will be able to get my body and health back. Because being obese is very bad for your health. So this is the very beginning of my fat loss journey. I have ordered the product. I am excited, but I am scared. I have tried for so long. I glossed over what I have done, and I'm sure that there is much I forgot. It has been over 20 years after all, but I am seeing my friends' results, and I have learned about the product. I know it will work, but part of me is still afraid that it won't. Not everyone has the quick fat and inches loss that my friends have had, so I have to remember not to be despondent if that happens. Please make sure you remind me. I guess I will have to put photos? I am super self-conscious and private, which is why I'm doing this faceless. Plus, I like pictures and videos. They are far more interesting to look at than me. So, follow along with me on my fat loss journey. Maybe I will get on camera in future? Who knows? I know this is going to change my life, and so many others, as I share with friends, and they get the same fantastic results. Thanks for watching. See you next time.